Today, we are going to be talking about gathering resources for your free inquiry project on electromagnetism. So far, we have zeroed in on finding your essential question, and yesterday we looked at different types of authentic pieces and choosing what your authentic piece would be. Today, we're going to be zeroing in a little bit more on the materials or resources you will be gathering to do your research for your essential question. Our third main question is, what will you read, research, and study to help explore your essential question? Now, this is not necessarily a comprehensive list of every single article you are going to look at, but it will give you a few starting places as you begin your research. When you're researching, it's important to use both primary and secondary resources. I would recommend going back and watching the video from CS number 77 on using resource material to get reacquainted with what is a primary resource, what is a secondary resource, and what are some examples of these. I would suggest that you want to have at least one primary and 3 secondary resources planned out before you start your project. So you are going to go and search for some possible resources. Now, this doesn't mean you're actually studying from them and trying to glean lots of information, but you're going to skim and scan, like we just learned about, to see if these resources would actually be useful. These resources could include encyclopedias, websites, videos, but try and make sure they're really trustworthy sites. I'm going to quickly go over what you'll require for this Google assignment to help you see what resources you are going to look for. You will need to find at least one or more, so that's why there's the 1 or more primary resources and 3 or more secondary sources that you could use to research for your essential question. For any internet-based resources, make sure you include the link for them. And for any physical resources, it's okay if you're just including the title and the author, or if you're going to interview a person, just say who you are going to interview or what experiment you are going to do as your primary resource, if that's how you're going to go about this. To give you an idea of the format, when you're answering the Google question, just start with your name, and then for each resource, tell me whether it's a primary or a secondary resource, and then just write the title, and then you can include the link right after it. So you can do that for your secondary ones. If it's a physical resource, and you could just write like the title and the author, or explain what the physical resource is if it's more like a person. This video is fairly short, but you'll have lots of work to do doing your own little research. Feel free to ask me if you have any questions, and I will see you soon.